is not there. Ferris is not able to run. So with our joint events, Ferris is out. He's doing grid life with time attack, but drifting, unfortunately. So right now, here's the young buck, Cam Sorensen. Cam Sorensen joining the party of his older brother and sister. Cam getting his license. Yeah, let it flow. So again, notably his older sister, the first ever female to podium in Formula Drift Championship. And Cam Sorensen enters the chat.
I gotta say, that was his best lap I've seen him do all day.
Maybe. Just letting it loose, man. So again, his sister does the hair whips and he does the back end BMW. And Johnson will lead. Cam Sorensen. Oh no, excuse me. Cam Sorensen will lead. I apologize. Here we go. Cam Sorensen out front. Here goes Johnson in the chase. Cam, big, massive angle there. Good initiation. Goes in, again, a little bit tighter than the judges wanted. That square is there for a reason. All right, goes and flirts with the rumble strips into the horseshoe. Dips that back left in. Oh, and Johnson straightens out. Looks like he might have gotten too aggressive, had to back off. Now Cam completing the entirety of the run back up the hill.
Yeah, might have been some contact there right before interclip too, Jared.
Yeah, that angle. Here we go. Now Jerry Johnson out front. Cam Sorensen chase position.
We got a fender hanging off of that
fender shooting off. That will not impede on Johnson in chase position. Going to those rumble strips. A lot of handbrake there by Johnson. Quick little correction from Johnson now coming up into outside zone 2. Johnson goes into outside zone 3. Now there's that horseshoe, a wide and same spot. So seems like that thing just comes out of drift because it just straightens out. It might be like rubbing on something, right? Because why would and it's not snapping back.
Yeah, it might be over centering or something like that. I'm getting some mouthing from Rome. Yeah.
On her debut, Formula Drift, Cam as well. So 2 Formula Drift PROSPEC rookies coming down the hill. Shelly initiates, whips it back in that first outside zone, past the inside clip. Cam just pokes out of that smoke. Well done. In the second outside zone, coming to outside zone 3 goes Shelly. Dips in, good angle from her. She takes that line again, kind of overshoots it. Cam has to navigate through the smoke. This is where that smoke signal gets you in a lot of trouble. There goes Cam through that inside clip and that last outside zone. 13-year-old coming down the mountain, excuse me, and here comes Sorensen and Hansen. Sorensen pulling away from Hansen. Cam, that Spyder BMW. Good transition from Cam. Shelly has to drop back. You see that thing grip up, shoots forward. Cam with the clean air. Low.
Clutch kicks.
Yeah, clutch kicking his way through. Looks like he will. Yeah, again, was not impeded. You know, it might have been a blessing that Shelly was not as tight as she could have been going and exiting out of outside zone 3. That was the only kind of point that Cam really had a mistake with. And here comes the Fitness BMW. Coming down in the other BMW, Cam Sorensen, 13 years young. Colette Davis, again, just rolling into it. Not a violent initiation, just rolls into it, and that allows Cam to get close. But again, the other driver backing off now. So lunge forward, Colette going into the dirt quite a bit. That allows Cam to catch up. Does not create a nice, geez, Cam with that snappy exit of the horseshoe. Now coming back up the hill, right on it. I love seeing the Sorensens just grow, develop, not only as humans, but drivers, man. Just their driving prowess just levels up. So here we go. Cam Sorensen out front, 13 years old, initiates. Is he gonna get the win here in seeding brackets? This is definitely gonna be ego booster for him as he rips away from Colette Davis. Colette, she is not too far back, but I'll tell you, the line just seems to be a little more precision than what we saw of Colette. You know, she got into the dirt a little bit.
Yep.
And again, just the not aggressive launch. Cam just keeps it between the lines, just a little more settled. That was a great run from Cam. Pro Championship, Amanda Sorensen competing here in PROSPEC. So again, Dustin Miles is positioned and ranked higher than Cam Sorensen, regardless of his victory in seeding brackets.
Whoa.
Cam Sorensen overcooks it, gets into the kitty litter. Dustin Miles with the new livery here, he comes up the hill, kind of straightens out, he shoots up into outside zone 2 and 3. Now Cam playing a bit of catch up here. He might be young, but regardless, the car doesn't show an age. And now transitioning back up the hill. Cam was way on the inside. So transition back to Formula Atlanta. You go against Chris Forsberg, who has the driver with the most history here. Here we go. Cam Sorensen, 13 years old. Initiation out front. That Spyder BMW comes in way too tight onto that inside clip. We need him to push out a little bit, but look at this. The rocket pulling away from Dustin Miles into that third outside zone. Perfect. Absolutely well done. Dustin Miles, he is making some mistakes in that chase position. Maybe getting a little out horsepowered here by the Sorensen BMW. Miles, fluid and consistent, but not hitting those ticks. As well as Sorensen was way on the inside. We want to, see. Get a clean start from Kanapik, ripping on through. Yes. Kanapik using all the chorus. So you warrants a yes? You like that? All right. Well, Sopa likes it. Kanapik comes through. Sorensen taking a tighter line. Look at it. He's slowly inching his way up to Kanapik. Kanapik gets to the outside zone. A little fireball. There's a little tire fire on that back right. We'll see if it extinguishes and keeps on. Cam with a little bit of pressure here. Kanapik comes on through. Oh! Kanapik, oh boy!
Easy, boy.
Cam comes through the smoke.
So,
and Cam looked like, or excuse me, Kanapik, he aired it out on that massive angle. He was doing really, really well. Top 16 on his debut in Formula Drift PROSPEC. Cam Sorensen leading Adam Kanapik. There goes Sorensen down the hill, initiating. Big angle there from Cam Sorensen, 13 years young. Comes out of it a little bit, but does massage it into that inside clip box. Now in outside zone 2. Now going into 3. He does come up a bit short there, but Kanapik, he is way short, does hit that inside clip. Nice fluid exit of the keyhole. And Kanapik really trying to grasp at straws. And Cam Sorensen, nasty flick across the finish line. Cam Sorensen out front. Here we go. Camren Sorensen, Brian Hop, Hollywood Hop as his buddies call him. So we'll see if his stars on the Walk of Fame here in St. Louis. Brian Hop initiates an outside zone. We talk about it, and there is a roost throwing up that brown roost past that inside and then outside zone 2. Now coming around that big peninsula there, outside zone 3. Now watch him transition here into outside zone 4. Getting nice and comfortable with the wall. Brian Hop, massive angle here as we are tight onto that shuffleboard that is Utah Motorsports campus. All right, here's the second run of this battle. Young buck Camren Sorensen leading out Brian Hop, goes in that first outside zone. There goes Camren Sorensen, nice and dialed. Kept it where the rubber meets the road. Brian Hop digging into that smoke, but Camren pulls away. Like I said, this fluidity here that Cameron's got, as opposed to Brian Hop, aggressive in the lead position, but Cameron's putting the car in the right places. This Spyder BMW transition. Brian Hop, he surges an attack here on the outside zone 4, but Camren, I'll tell you what, smooth like butter, looking like a glassy lake over here. Again, the 702 driver, talking about Las Vegas, Camren Sorensen.
I mean, it didn't, I don't want to take away from the
College for all that, or did you self-taught?
I went to auto tech school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Yeah. All right, Ryan Coffin, Camren Sorensen. Coffin, Taxi Garage FC RX-7 brings it. Oh, buddy, Camren.
Oh,
wow.
good night.
That absolutely ripped. That was an unforgiving dirt drop. Now, keep in mind, Coffin does need to continue because he is out front. How much dirt is on that side of the track? You can see it right there, looking like an absolute brown rooster, a cock-a-doodle-doo on the other side. Camren, unfortunate for him.
Oh, he
got out really quick.
Yeah, the car's
13 years young, this young man right here, and absolutely commendable of his driving earlier in the run, but with that quick little dirt drop, you saw how violent it just grabbed the car, ripped it in, and once you hit that grass, it just was like a slip and slide. Yesterday, solidifying his spot here in 32. Here comes Buchanan comes in like a Buchanan ball in that first outside zone. And you can see Camren Sorensen buried in the smoke, dives and comes out of the smoke. Good proximity, needs to tuck back just a little bit there in outside zone 3. Cody Buchanan massages it into the outside zone 3. Now transition outside zone 4. Camren comes up short, he grips up on the inside. Buchanan finds it all the way out there. I'll tell you what, from 1 to 2, Camren, how he navigated through that smoke, hats off to him. Again, 13 years old, man. And yeah, Cody, we know how capable he is in that chase position. He is definitely a threat
for the championship, and Cody Buchanan chasing him down. And there's Camren with that clean air. He goes past where yesterday he got to tussle with that dirt, and it snapped back and clapped back. Coming to the outside zone 2, very fluid. Look at, I mean, both of them really locked and loaded, dialed. They are on rails. Coming to outside zone 4, what is Buchanan? He goes into the inside, not as drastic and dramatic as Camren Sorensen. Camren, a great lead run.
For sure.
He has the talent. He is
a large
absolutely
advantage. So,
right.
all right, so Camren Sorensen, Dustin Miles, rounding out the trio of Sorensens on track here this weekend. Camren initiates in that Spyder BMW. Look at pulling that left tire up. Miles, talking about Dustin in that chase position. Here he comes, tracking him down. Look at these guys both running that similar color palette, but what is white and smoky? These two got, ooh, Camren comes up short. Then he does massage it out there. Miles throwing up that rooster tail. Whoa, a lot of dirt. Extinguish for
go
Dustin.
time.
That was after Dustin Miles will lead. Camren Sorensen giving chase. Dustin involved in that dirt heavy, but doesn't need to call a comp timeout. Goes right for it. Dustin in the inside clip. Both of them really wide on that inside. They need to dial it in. And look at the momentum they carry into outside zone 1. And then this is that long 2, filling all of it. Want to get that overhead view. But then, you know, again, now in that last outside zone. Outside zone 4. And then there we go. So, yep, 2, 3, 4. I apologize there, but get my numbers off.
No worries. We got a lot of shit.
Nobody called this Sesame Street.
Really cool. So here we go. Cole Richards will lead. Camren Sorensen giving chase. Camren earned his spot, narrowly making it here into competition. Cole Richards passed an inside clip. Now into that third. Look at him just ripping in. Comes a little unwound, steps back into it. Camren Sorensen, that Spyder BMW. Now coming that last outside zone, Cole Richards. Oh, look at Camren. Camren pushing him around.
Oh, no.
It might, you know, Camren was right there. Like I said, there was contact there, but
And
how much
again,
did
Brewski
that
is a couple battles away. Couple battles away as we are looking at Sorensen and Stewart. And Stewart, a slow roll from the Commander, that Corvette. That allows Camren Sorensen to drop right in. This young buck, Camren Sorensen, chasing down Stewart.
Oh, boy.
And gets in the dirt. But look at the pressure that this teenage, and Stewart goes off. Camren Sorensen does not need to continue because of Josh leading and making those mistakes. And I don't believe there was contact. Once again, I mean, dude, Cameron's got some Padawan